In this video, we are about to present our project of Introduction to Software Engineering entitled Catering Management System. So, our methodology of evolutionary process model is prototyping. It begins with communication, and its iteration is planned quickly, and modeling. The quick design leads to construction of a prototype, and the next iteration of deployment, delivery, and feedback occurs. The communication is to define overall objectives and identify the known requirements and the outline areas with the further definition. Whereas the quick plan and the modeling quick design focus on a representation of those aspects of the software that will be visible and to the end administrators. Construction of prototype is developed and evaluated by stakeholders. And lastly, deployment, delivery, feedback, whereby the prototype is tuned to satisfy the needs of various stakeholders and enabling the developer to better understand what needs to be done. In applying the model to our project, Regis Catering Management System. So, as said before, the first one is communication, whereby we identify caterers, customers, chefs, and administrators as the part of stakeholders. Their objectives, requirements, and analyze problems involved. Next, we design features in the system together with present draft to stakeholders, understand and fulfill requirement, create and run code, present to the stakeholders, and lastly, to test out system, we define prototype and make changes if any. Our stakeholders in this project is catering service business, which is Masak Kitchen Catering, and our objective in creating the software is to provide application for stakeholder catering the Masak Kitchen Catering to perform variety tasks, to create an administration system for stakeholder to manage their order from customer time to time, and lastly, to enhance stakeholders' business service. Moving on to our use case diagram. As you can see, the use case diagram shown consists of two primary system actors, which are the administrator of the Masak Kitchen Catering and also customer. The administrator directly interfaces with the system in updating menu lists and managing order from customer, while the customer uses the system for order making as well as make payment for the order. Before that, both of the actors need to log in into the system in order to allow them to access into the system. Administrator can create and update, which are add, edit, and delete menu lists in manage menu. The menu list contains of menu set, menu cuisine, buffet service, and occasion. Once customer made an order and submit his event details in make order, administrator will view and check for confirmation of the order in manage order. If the order is successfully confirmed, administrator will send invoice in prepare invoice to notify the customer about their order response, and the customer will proceed to make payment.
So this is the login system use case specification. The objective for this use case is to access into the system. The user or actor for this use case is administrator or customer, and it trigger the manager. And frequency of use for this use case is every time administrator or customer wants to log in into the system. We'll start with the preconditions. Administrator must register with the company to have an administration account. For the customer, they must sign up an account before login into the system. And every administrator and customer, they has their own unique username and password to log in into the system. So the basic flow, the first one, administrator or customer enters the username, then the system accepts and checks the username. Second step, administrator or customer enters password, then the system accepts and checks the password. And lastly, administrator or customer logs in into the system. The system matches the username and password, then it loads to the home page. And for the post condition, administrator or customer logs into the system. For the customer, they will be assigned to an account if they sign up the system. Next is the alternate flow. The first one, customer requests to create an account. So the system will load to the sign up form. The customer completes the sign up form, the title, name, phone number, email address, username, password, and verify the password. The system accepts completed sign up form and saves the information. And lastly, customer enters CAPTCHA. The system will verify the CAPTCHA and creates an account for the customer. For the exception flow, the first one, administrator or customer enters invalid username or password. Then the system will display error message and refresh login page. The next one, customer incompletes sign up form. System will display error message and request customer to complete the form. And lastly, customer enters invalid CAPTCHA. System displays the new CAPTCHA and asks the user to re-enter. So this is the activity diagram. Firstly, they will enter the username. Next, enter the password. If it is valid, then they will log into the system. If it is invalid, they need to sign up, complete the sign up form, and enter the CAPTCHA. They say the CAPTCHA is incorrect. They will repeat the step until the CAPTCHA is correct. Then only they will finish the sign up form. Sign up. So this is the user interface for the login system. We have image for the company, for the catering management logo. Then the username and password. And this one is the sign up form, which consists of the details that the customer need to fill. So this is the home page for our prototype. Let's say the customer wants to make an order. So he or she will click on the order button. Then it will navigate us to the login page. So enter the username. And enter the password. Login. So it returns that the user has entered an invalid username or password. So might be they don't have any account yet, so we need to create an account by signing up to the form. So here are the form where the customer needs to fill up. So once the customer have filled up all the details needed, so they need to enter the CAPTCHA. Submit it. So if it's wrong, we'll reload and enter the new CAPTCHA. Submit it. Then the new account has been created. So they will continue to log in into the system. Enter the username and also the password. And log in into the system. So now the customer has successfully logged in into the system once they have followed all the steps in the basic flow. So for the testing part, The step is administrator enters the wrong password. For the input is invalid and invalid password, and the expected output, the system will display a message to re-enter the password or sign up new account. So this is the page where user enter the username and password when they try to log in, and then the displayed message, which is the expected output, is displayed. So the result for this testing is a success.
Assalamualaikum. My name is RUZIHANIM. So today I'll explain to you the use case specification for make order. For the first preconditions, customer must log in into the system. For basic flow, the first step, customer requests to make an order. The system actions will load to order information. Second step, customer chooses and confirms menu cuisines of menu set, which make the system to display menu cuisines of menu set. System will also accept and display menu cuisine of menu set chosen. The next step, customer completes and confirms service details by providing the number of bags, buffet service, and occasion. For event details, they will provide event name, event date, event, and event time. The system actions will accept and display service details and event details. The fourth step, customer verifies and confirms contact information, which make the system to accept and display contact information. The last step, customer confirms order made. System will accept order made and system will load to deposit payment details. For post condition, order is made once the customer confirms the order. Customer also must pay deposit for 100 ringgit in order to confirm the order. Next, I will explain the alternate flow for make order use case specification. The first step, customer requests to edit menu cuisine of menu set that has been chosen by the customer. The system will load to menu cuisines of menu set. The second step, customer requests to cancel menu cuisine of the menu set chosen. System terminates the order made, which means that all of the order will be lost. Third step, customer requests to edit service details and event details, which make the system to load to service details and event details. System will also accept and display service details and event details. The fourth step, customer requests to add another buffet service in service details. This will make system to generate another buffet service. The next step, customer requests to cancel service details and event details. The system will terminate the order that has been made by the customer. The sixth step, customer requests to edit contact information. System will load to contact information and accepts also will display contact information. The seventh step is the customer requests to cancel contact information. These actions will make the system to terminate the order made. The last one, customer requests to cancel the order made. This will make the system terminate the order made that has been made by the customer. Now I will explain the exception flow for make order use case specification. The first one, customer does not choose menu cuisine of menu set. System will display the message error and ask the user to choose the menu cuisine of the menu set again. Second one, customer closes the menu cuisine of the menu set, which make the system to abort the system cuisine of menu set that has been chosen by the customer. The next one, customer confirms service details and event details with incomplete any of the details. System displays message error and requests customer to complete the details. The fourth, customer closes service details and event details with incomplete any of the details, which make the system to abort the service details and event details. The next one, customer confirms contact information with incomplete details. System displays message error and requests the customer to complete the details. The last one, number 6, customer closes contact information. This will make the system to abort any contact information changes. This is the activity diagram for make order. First step, the customer will make an order and then choose and confirm the menu cuisine of the menu set. Right after they have choose and confirm, they need to complete and confirm the service details and also the event details of the customer. And then, the next step, they need to verify and confirm the contact information. In accordance to all of the details that has been completed, they need to confirm the order. Next, I will show you the user interface design for make order for the menu cuisine of the menu set that I've mentioned before. In this menu set, the customer has been choose the menu set 1, which means that they need to pick the menu cuisine of the menu set. These are the list of the menu cuisine of the menu set 1. Next, this is the service details and event details user interface design. Like I mentioned before, the customer need to enter the number of packs, buffet service, occasion, and the event. And the event details, which means that the event name, event date, event time, and event venue. And the last one is to enter the contact information user interface design, which all fields are required. For personal contact information, they need to enter the title, name, phone number, and email address. And for the company contact information, they need to enter company name, company phone number, company fax number, and company email address. So that's all from me. Thank you. This is the testing for make order. Customer requests to add another menu cuisine of menu set, which expected output system displays as figure below. As you can see, the customer would like to add a new menu set that is tea break and a new menu cuisine which is Western cuisine. And the result is pass.
For make payment use case specification, the objective is to pay deposit and make full payment. This use case specification is mainly for the customer and triggered by the administrator. The frequency of use is once order has confirmed for deposit payment and after event date for full payment. So the preconditions is customer must confirm his or her order first before make any payment. So the basic flow is customer completes payment details such as card type, payment amount, card number, expiry date, card holder number, and CVV or CVC. Later then, the system accepts credit card payment details or debit card payment details, and system will send TAC to respective phone number of customer. Secondly, the customer enters TAC, which is the verification number. Once the number is the TAC is entered, the system will verify the TAC. And lastly, the customer confirms the payment. System confirms payment and displays invoice of order made. So the post condition are deposit or full payment is made, invoice is displayed with payment details. For the alternate flow, customer requests to edit payments details and the system edits and accept the payment details. Customer requests new TAC and the system will send new TAC to respective phone number of customer. And lastly, customer requests to cancel payment and the system will terminate the payment. For exception flow, the customer proceeds payment with incomplete payment details. System displays message error and requests customer to complete the payment details. Customer enters incorrect TAC. System displays message error and requests customer to enter new TAC. Thirdly, customer requests to edit order before paying deposit. System loads to order information. 4th, customer closes the payment, whereby the system aborts the payment. As for the business requirements, customer needs to pay deposit of RM100 to confirm their order, and the full payment is settled at least 7 weeks after the date of event. So this is the activity diagram. Starts with the complete payment details, enter TAC. If correct TAC, then customer can confirm the payment, or else the customer needs to request new TAC. The user interface design. There is a drop list of card type where the customer can choose either MasterCard or Visa. Payment amount RM100 for deposit. Card number 16 digit of card number. Expiry date in month and year. Card holder name and CVV or CVC. So for testing, I'm focusing on customer enters invalid TAC. So I'm expecting output of invalid TAC, request new TAC that will be sent to customer's phone number. So to implement this use case specification, once the customer has confirmed the order, so customer can proceed to make payment of deposit of RM100 by selecting card type, MasterCard or Visa, entering card number 16 digit, no space is needed. Next is the expiry date. Customer can choose the month as well as the year. The card holder name. Lastly, the CVV or the CVC code. In order to proceed the payment, the customer need to confirm the payment details. And so the system will request TAC code. And customer again proceed the payment by confirming it. But unfortunately, the TAC is invalid, and so customer need to request a new TAC by clicking on this, and so the system will send a new TAC. And so the customer will enter the new TAC sent to her phone and confirm again. Transaction is successful, and as you can see, generates invoice. The transaction of deposit payment is successful. So let's say if the customer wants to pay full payment after the event has passed. So this is the history page of customer account. So as the event has passed, deposit has paid, so the customer will continue to pay full payment. Let's click pay now. Let's say again the same feature of the deposit just now. Select the card type, card number, date. Folder name. Before that, the customer can check whether the deposit has paid. So yes, it has paid. Confirm. Enter the AC as usual. Confirm again. So the transaction is successful, and the full payment is already paid. And so the testing for make payment of steps, customer enters invalid TAC and expecting output of invalid TAC request new TAC is passed.
This is the use case specification for confirm order. So the first one is the preconditions, which is the admin must log in into the system, and then the customer must confirm the order by paying deposit of 100 ringgit. So the basic flow, the first one is the admin will view the customer order, and then the system will display the list of order that is made by the customers. And then the second one, the admin will check the availability of the order date that has been made by the customer. So the system will display the availability of the order date, whether the date has been filled with other event or not. Then the third one, the admin will confirm the order. So the system will generate the order status to confirm. And then the fourth one is the admin will send the confirmation order, whereby the system will generate confirmation order and sends to the customer account to view the status. And the post condition is the order is added to the event date, and then the invoice of order made with deposit or full payment is generated. Next we move to the alternate flow. So the first one is the admin denies the order. The system generates order status to denied because if there is something on that day, so the admin must deny the order. The second step is the admin returns the deposit. So system will return customers paid deposit of 100 ringgit to customers' respective bank account number. So we will return back the customer money. And then the exception flow is the first one is admin responds to no confirmation order, so system will save no change of confirmation order. The second one is admin request to check full payment status of an order. So the system will display order full payment status. The third exception flow is admin sends notification of unpaid full payment of an order. So the system sends message of unpaid full payment to customers' respective email or contact number. So this is the activity diagram of the confirm order. So the first one, the admin will view the order, and then next, the admin will check the availability of order date, like I showed you before. So if the date is available, so the admin will confirm the order. If the date is unavailable, so the admin will deny the order. And then for both this, for confirm and deny, we will send the notification, we will send the confirmation order. But for deny order, we will return back the deposit to the customer. So this is the user interface design for confirm order. So basically there are order date, order number, event date, and remarks. Remarks is whether we have confirmed or we want to check the availability of the order that has been made by the customer based on the order number. So this is where the customer, this is where the admin wants to confirm or deny the customer's order. So basically, if there is nothing, so the admin can just click the confirm, or the admin want to reject the order, so he or she can just click the deny button. Okay, so that's all. So this is the user interface of confirm order for the admin. So the admin can check the availability for this customer based on this order number. So just click on the check availability, and you can see there is no event confirmed on this date. So back to the order, and click the order number to confirm or deny the customer's order. So you just click confirm because there's no event on that day, and you can see here the order has confirmed. And then back to the order. So we want to check whether the order is in the system or not, so you click on the event date. So as you can see here, the order has been confirmed and it is in the system. Now if you want to see what is the order, so you just click here and it will show you the order that has been ordered by the customer. So this is it. Now the testing part for the confirm order. So the admin will search the order date. The admin will enter 11 October 2016, and we expect that the output is like this. So now we try to do the test. So we will search 11 October. So there is nothing come out basically, and back to the slide. So actually when it comes out nothing, basically the result is failed. There is no order made on that day.
For the prepare invoice use case, the objective is to generate invoice of order made. The actor is the administrator and the trigger the customer. Frequency of use for this use case is when there is order made by customer. For the precondition, administrator must log in into the system. And then we go to the basic flow. Firstly, administrator issues an invoice to the customer. Then the system generates an invoice form. Second, administrator sends the invoice to the customer. Then the system sends the invoice to the customer. And lastly, administrator records the issued invoice. Then the system saves the issued invoice in the documentation. For the post condition, invoice is created and sent to the customer. Next is the alternate flow is not applicable in this use case. And for the exception is administrator does not issue an invoice, so the system does not issue the invoice. Then administrator does not send the invoice, and administrator does not record the invoice. So this is the activity diagram for the prepare invoice, which is issue an invoice, send the invoice, and record the invoice. Then we go to the interface, user interface for the generate invoice. We have the confirm button for the confirm order, deny, and prepare the invoice. So if the administrator want to generate an invoice, they will click on the invoice button. And this is the interface for the invoice statement. We have the send and also the record button. Okay. So this is the example. They say the order has been made and has been confirmed. Once the order has been confirmed, then the administrator issue an invoice. So we will go to the invoice page. Then the administrator send the invoice to the customer. A message will be displayed saying that invoice has been sent to the customer. And lastly, the administrator click on the button record to record the invoice, the issued invoice. For the testing part, the administrator sends the invoice to customer, where the administrator click on the button send, and the expected output, invoice sent to the customer. And the result for the testing is a success.